I will turn over the mic to you.
Cool.
Mike?
Can you guys hear me okay? Yep. Yes? Okay, the mic's on still?
Do you need this?
No, I think it's good. Okay, as long as you can hear me. All right, so I do know a couple people have come up to me and said that they're going to have to leave early. So when you guys see that, here's the thing. We talked earlier in marketing about popularity. You guys remember that conversation? And so there's the example I was talking with Lance about at lunch. And I said the average person walking down the street wanting pizza, if they see one pizzeria and it looks like it's empty, and the pizzeria across the street looks like there's a line out the door, what do you think the average person would probably rather do? Cross the street and get in line for the better pizza. Popularity will get you to do things. So I'm setting expectations, which is great in sales. We're going to talk about that today. The expectations are that about 2 or 3 people are going to want to leave early. Now, what popularity tells us is that when you see that, you'll start to wonder, maybe this talk isn't valuable, and then you'll want to get up and start following. Don't buy that shit. They told me ahead of time, before they knew the content, they had to leave. Do I have everyone's agreement that they know that? Yes? Okay. But you guys can see how that would happen, right? So first thing we're going to talk about is just that, setting expectations in sales. I think expectations, not just in sales, but in relationship building with businesses, with personal, setting great expectations are the foundation of making good deals. And most deals go bad not because they were bad deals. They go bad because the expectations weren't set in the beginning. For those of you that have heard, some of my story with the agency and how it's been prior, the first few years versus the most recent few years, one story that I tell a lot is my people, the people that work at Loud Rumor then versus today. And then I couldn't find good people. Raise your hand if you feel like sometimes you just can't find good people. Okay, here's the thing. I had a mentor who has 200 employees. And that's just one company. He's got multiple companies, but he's got 200 employees. They all love him. Now, it's not because he told me that. That's because my cousin who works for him told me that, okay? And they all love this guy. And she said they give him 110%. And he came up to me and he said, there's companies right around the corner from you, because we live in an area where there's like Infusionsoft there, PayPal, GoDaddy, there's a lot of companies there, where they have thousands of employees within a driving distance that go to work every day, that love their job, that are good people, that the company said are good people to work. They provide good work. And you can't find like 12? So what do you think he was basically telling me? What's the problem? Was it I couldn't find good help? Or was it I wasn't probably setting good expectations? I probably wasn't a good leader. And so what I'm going to be talking to you about, this whole 2 hours is about sales. But make no mistake that when you hear me talking about everything that I'm talking about that doesn't seem like the sit down between the person and the customer, don't think that everything doesn't translate to that same one area. Sales is sales and you're selling all the time. We've talked about that. Right now I'm selling you on my vision of sales and my belief on sales, and everyone's a salesperson. I don't care what you say. Every single person is, even the person that doesn't want to be a salesperson, even the person that's a cashier at your 7-Eleven is a salesperson. And I'll prove it to you. Raise your hand if you know a Cowboy fan. Okay. What happens if you tell him the Cowboys suck? What does he start doing? Defending? You can call it what? Selling? Can you call it selling? Why could you call it selling? What's he doing? Trying to convince you? Right. Now, there's good salespeople, and there's bad sales. And there's what? Cowboys fans, yes. Yeah, they're not selling anybody, are they? There's good salespeople and there's bad salespeople. And bad salespeople convince. They pull. Maria, you knew I was going to do it. So this is an easy one, though. But come on up. Just right here.
What? Do you want me to get up?
Yeah, right here. So people are contrary by nature. And we're going to go through different examples. But let's just say stand steady. Okay. If I was to push you, what's your natural reaction? What do you want to do? If I were to push. But if I told you stand your ground.
Okay.
Okay, if I push, what do you want to do? What's she doing? Pushing back. What if I pull? What is she doing?
Pull back.
Okay, that's all. Go ahead and sit down. Well, I'll bring you back though. You're not done. Round of applause for it. So, the push and pull, right? Now, if I pull, what's she doing? When somebody that is not an experienced salesperson, and let's take the average sports fan, when they're wanting to convince you, what are they really doing? No, they're the best, they're this, and they're selling you, they're pulling you, they're pulling you, they're pulling you, they're pulling you. And what are you naturally going to do? How many times have you ever seen a sports fan convince somebody in a conversation to switch to their team? Never happens, right? And that goes for a lot of things. Everyone's a salesperson. Tell a Breaking Bad fan that Breaking Bad's not the best show on TV. Go in and tell an Apple person that Apple's not the best phone. Go in and tell a Droid person that everyone should have an Apple phone. Tell Harley people that you shouldn't own a Harley, and tell a Nike person that Nike sucks. What are they going to start doing? Selling you. Everyone's a salesperson. Everyone sells all the time. And our kids do it. We are born to do it, right? What does your kid do when it's time to go to bed? Hey, Gianna, it's time to go to bed. What does she say? Why 5? What's her plan? Why not 10 or 15? What is she allotted 5 minutes for? You know, like that's such a random, but it's 5. 5 more minutes. She knows 5. Why won't she ask for 20?
She won't get it.
She knows that's harder. She starts with small bites. 5 minutes is up. What does she do now? She's upselling me. So kids are selling all the time, and we sell them back, right? Do we tell them to eat their vegetables? Just one bite. Just taste it. It's good. Remember, it's like the other thing that you liked. Remember the last time you said you didn't like this, and now you liked it? It's the same thing. Raise your hand. Are you guilty, parents? If you eat vegetables, you get big and strong. If you go to sleep early, you get big and strong. Raise your hand if you're guilty of that. We all know there's a lot more that has to be done for them to get big and strong. Not even a push-up? Like just eat your vegetables, that's it? We know there's more. But we are selling them. So we are all salesmen. So let's say it at once. Ready? 1, 2, 3. We are all salesmen or saleswomen, right? So now the goal is to learn how to not pull. Because when you pull, you're the salesperson that nobody wants to be. Even you. Nobody wants to be that person. You don't want to convince people that they should do something or they want to do something by telling them they should or giving all the reasons they could. Because people are contrary by nature. That's just the way it is. If I were to meet a personal trainer at a barbecue and I was to say, hey, what do you do for a living? I'm actually a personal trainer. Now, I can go 2 ways. I can say, A, wow, you're a personal trainer. That's pretty awesome. I heard you guys make like killer money. Don't you guys aren't you guys all ballers? What would he probably say? What would the average person probably say? Oh, it's not like that. I mean, there's definitely a tough industry. It's hard, especially now, you know, with this going on and gyms are doing this. They'll humble the situation, right? They'll be contrary. I'll go the other way. Personal trainer. Man, do people even hire personal trainers now? Doesn't everybody go to like Orange Theory or like those little boutique studios? What do? No, actually I have regular clients for years and I get new clients probably every week. I get a couple new clients. Do you guys see that? People are, the sky is blue, no it's not, it's green. The sky is green, no it's not, it's blue. Do you see how people are contrary by nature? Yes? Okay. So now you know that. Use it. So how can you use contrary by nature? So what you do is you want to create boxes. I actually, one of my goals is to write a book called Creating Boxes because I literally run my life on boxes. And the boxes I create are boxes that somebody either wants to be in or does not want to be in, and I let them make the choice as to what they do. And the funny thing is, whatever box they choose, the only way to actually prove me that they are worthy of being in that box is if they behave like the person that would live in that box. So, Jill, come on up. I'm going to save you for something hard. Jill, round of applause for Jill. Okay. So if I'm having a conversation with Jill, I may want to tell her that, all the things that I would want to say that make you want to join my gym, right? So I'd want to sell you on getting in shape. I'd want to sell you on how great having instructors and coaches and people like us are good for you in our programs. And I want you to know all these things, right? But every time I tell you about those things and how great they are, what am I doing? I'm pushing, right? What's important for me to do is start creating boxes and let Jill jump into the box that really is the same thing. And the only way for her to prove to me that she is really in that box is if she behaves the way a person in that box would behave. So the three things that that stop people. Have you watched episode 34 of the GSD Show?
I believe so. I don't know.
The one that's just me by myself?
Yes.
Okay, you've watched that one?
Yeah.
It's good, so this is going to be good for us.
Should be easy. Yeah.
Okay, good. So people think that there's really these reasons as to why people don't buy. In reality, there's these reasons as to why people don't buy. And it's the questions that go on in their head. You think they're paying attention. People are really good at looking like they're paying attention, right? We're both paying attention, right? And then all of a sudden at the end, what do they say? Crazy. That's like the number one sign you didn't hear jack of what I just said, right? Oh yeah, this happened. Wow, crazy. So you want to ask questions to keep them what? Engaged. In fact, the real winners in sales are able to ask questions all meeting along. In fact, even when you answer the question, or when you answer a question, you answer it in the form of a question. Now, that doesn't mean you don't answer their question. That means you answer their question and then reverse. So the three things, and I'll give you an example of that. The three questions that everybody has in their head that they're asking themselves while you're talking are why this, why them, and why now? Those are the three questions. I'll give you an example. These are the questions in people's heads. And you guys can probably think about this is not just fitness. This is buying anything. You guys are going to buy something from me. You're thinking the same thing, okay? Do I really need this? Right? In the fitness space, it'd be like, do I really need to join this gym? I mean, there's probably other ways. There's that gym up the street. It's like $15 a month. I could probably get what I need out of that. I probably just need to stop being lazy. I think I'm just looking for like a scapegoat. I'm looking for, right? Can you see people do this in their heads? Why this? The next thing that they'll ask is why them? Should I really hire this company though? I saw Orange Theory looks like a really good company. I saw that, I heard Pilates is really good. Maybe I should talk to my friend. She's in really good shape. I should probably see what she does. Why them? You guys see that? Why them? The next one is, why now? Do I really need to do this right now? Am I jumping into it? Am I just being like compulsive right now? Should I wait maybe until my tax returns come in? Should I wait until summer when the kids are out of school? You guys see that happening? Why this? Why them? Why now? The problem is, two things usually happen in a bad sales presentation. One, they never ask those questions and you never address them. They're asking themselves those questions because they think they know the answer. The problem is they don't really know the answer because she's a really good salesperson too. Unfortunately, what she's selling is herself out of buying because she knows what this is. What is this? To her and me, what is this? What? Yeah, but what is this meeting? What's the objective of this meeting? She knows she is being pitched, right? We're not tricking her. It's not like, whoa, I'm in a sales pitch. I've got to get the hell out of here. I thought I was buying carpet. She knows what she's here for, and she knows what you're here for, and you know what she's here for, and you know what you're there for. We are both very open to that. So her walls are up. And when her walls are up, it's unfair. You're making it as a customer unfair for me to sell to you and unfair for you to buy something that you actually want as a solution to your problem because you're already treating this like a sales pitch as opposed to treating this like, is this what I need? Is this like the best solution for the problem that I have, right? And so when I'm talking to her, I already know as the salesperson that these are 3 questions that she's going to be asking herself throughout this pitch. She may ask me, which I hope she doesn't, because I need to get there first. If she asks me any of those 3 questions, I'm pretty much done, unless she's a really passive person, like a bulldozer into a sale, which I don't bulldoze people into sales. That's not the way I sell. I love being a salesperson. The reason I love being a salesperson is because when you're done buying, you walk home happy. And then 6 months later, you are happy that you joined and you want other people to do it too. That makes me feel happy being a salesperson. Would you guys enjoy sales if that's the way the relationships always went? Yes? Okay. So I got to get there first. Because if I can get there first, you're going to tell me the right answer. If I don't get there, you're going to tell yourself the wrong answer. The wrong answers were all the things that we were going through, right? Why this? Why that? Why this? Do I really need this? Blah, blah, blah. She knows she's not going to get the solution at a box gym. Otherwise, she'd be getting the solution at a box gym. Why them? She knows why us already. That's why she's in the chair. And why now? She knows why now. That's why she's here now. The problem is when she's wanting to sell herself out, she will start finding other things. So we're going through our presentation. I'm going to go through the average sit down. Now, with you guys in your franchise, you guys will sit down with people at times to sell them? Yes? Okay. So we sit down. The very first thing you have to do is set expectations. When you set expectations, it's very important because it allows them to stick around. Because what they'll also start doing is convincing themselves that maybe they shouldn't be here for the rest of the meeting, or maybe how do they get out of here, or something like that. So you have to confirm that they have the time to sit here for the remainder, however much time you expect it to be. Let's say it's a half hour, do that. So stand up, we're gonna sit down. Okay, ready? Hey Jill, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing well, how are you?
Good, thanks for coming in, have a seat. So I am very happy that you're here, but I wanna ask you first, because I know you're a busy person, you probably have 1,000 things going on. I set up this meeting thinking that we'd be able to chat for a little bit about you and what you're looking to get out of this. I figured like a half hour. Is that good for you? Do you have that?
Yeah, sure, I can make that work.
You can make it work? Mm-hmm. High five. Already we're good. Okay, so another thing too, obviously the goal is to find out how we can help you achieve your fitness goals, right? That's my goal. Is that your goal too?
Yes.
Okay. And in order to do that, I'm going to be asking you a bunch of questions and we're going to kind of like learn a little bit more about you. But have you ever been in the situation where like 5 minutes in, 10 minutes into like talking, you already know you don't want this thing, but now you feel like you have to sit there for the rest of the time?
Yes.
Can you do me a favor?
Mm-hmm.
If 10 minutes into this, you already know that, and this isn't for you, can you just tell me? If you feel awkward, just tap out or something, I'll get this. Is that cool? Okay. And same thing too, like I'm gonna learn more about your goals, and I know what we do. If I feel like what you're looking for just doesn't really match up, because it doesn't for a lot of people, can I tap out too?
Sure.
Can I let you know, and then this way we're cool?
Yeah, that works.
Okay, awesome. And so the questions I'm gonna be asking are gonna be pretty easy, but if any of them are tough, just let me know, and that's cool too. Good? Okay, see what I did so far? I've set up the expectations, 3 of them. 1, we have time, 30 minutes. You are here for this time, we are together. 2, I'm gonna be asking you questions, because people don't like to be interrogated, right? If you get asked 3, 4 questions in a row, you're like, dude, chill out, like this is a lot. But you can ask anything if you ask permission. And then the third thing is I've given you an out to say no. You have the okay to say no. You know that. And there's a chance that this may not work. We're open to that. You do these 3 things alone, the walls are already down. Now, as quickly as you possibly can, you get to those 3 things. Because you want her to sell you on the right reasons, which she will give you the right reasons as to why she needs to buy this today from you. And in turn, by not only selling you, she's also selling herself because she's saying it. And she's really also she's doing a rehearsal for when she goes back home and her husband asks her those questions too, she can recite them the way she just did. Does that make sense? He's gonna say, oh, why did you sign up to that? Why not this, why not that? She's gonna know why this. Yeah, but why with them? Why not? She's gonna know why them. Yeah, but why now? You couldn't wait till tax. She's gonna know why now. She's practiced for him. Isn't that cool? or him for her.